Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lumen Field. That's right, the Lumen Field here in the Emerald City. It's not the Emerald City Classic anymore. I'm not even sure what to call this. I can tell you this: it's high school football on a Friday, and we are excited. And this is a game that needs no superfluous adjectives to describe. This is the Garfield Bulldogs up on the central area and one of the most prestigious schools in the history of Seattle versus the Seattle Prep Panthers over there in the north part of Capitol Hill, the Catholic school, the private school founded by the Jesuits. And Coach Yasutaki, this is a classic matchups of classic matchups in the city of Seattle.
Oh, for sure. Well known. When I was at Garfield, we were in the running against Seattle Prep for number one in the state, football-wise. So it's a long history. Actually, as you say, two stories that are very complete for the city of Seattle.
The Garfield Bulldogs 2 weeks ago dismantled Lake Stevens. And Lake Stevens came down here last year,
right,
and they beat the O'Day Fighting Irish.
Right.
And Lake Stevens and Coach Tom Try always is a good program, but Coach Reggie Witherspoon he's been here at Garfield now several years, and he's got this program moving like a locomotive.
Right, and I was really impressed with their ability to put the ball in play, but get on the scoreboard. I mean, in rapid succession, even on an 82-yard broken play last week. Broken play.
The Seattle Prep Panthers, like I said before the break, they look like the Indianapolis Colts in their white uniforms with the double stripe strips on the shoulders. All that's missing is the big U on the helmet. They just put the players' numbers up there.
The horseshoe, yeah.
Really good looking look. And, of course, the Garfield Bulldogs, we expect them to be in purple and white, the classic colors of Garfield, but they are blacked out with black helmets, gray shirts with their purple numbers and black trousers.
Oh, my gosh.
The kick goes through the end zone. Not a lot of players on Garfield, but let me tell you something. They really took out Roosevelt last week, and now they have their eyes set on the Panthers.
Yep. This will be pretty good.
Here comes Seattle Prep lined up. They're coming out, and Aaron Mall, their head coach, he likes to spread you.
Right.
He likes to throw little dink passes. And he likes to take shots down the field.
They got three on the right and one up on the left.
Three to the right, one to the left. Garfield lines up in a four-front defense and a give up the middle, maybe a gain of two on a zone play. And there's an aggressive, strong Garfield defense.
Yep.
Ishmael Teschner with the ball. Ishmael gains about 1 yard, and let me tell you something about the Prep offense. They go NASCAR. They move quickly.
Yep.
Three receivers to the one to the left and heave down the field. It is intercepted by the Garfield quarterback.
Boy, that ball, he was able to get the ball off, but I don't even think he saw where it was thrown. He got hit as he was throwing. Quarterback.
Touchdown Fame with the interception. And what a spectacular interception. It was almost falling backwards. The Garfield Bulldogs come out and they announce their presence with authority on the second play of the game, the interception right at the midfield stripe. And here come the Bulldogs. And Coach Yasutaki, I mean, that was a one-on-one play.
Yep.
Just they said, hey, we're going to take our fastest guy and send him down the field. Yep. And Tayshawn right there.
Yep, and like I said, the quarterback didn't even see where the ball was thrown because he had to turn as he got hit. They put a lot of pressure on him.
Garfield in that the traditional, looks almost like a Dennis Erickson offense, the one-back offense.
Yep, they will spread you as well.
Garfield, well, they took out Lake Stevens 2 weeks ago. Last week, they just totally tore up Roosevelt in a game that would be late for you guys.
Yes, it was late.
You said, where's Coach Cotto at? Coach Cotto is in bed. But Coach Cotto is paying back for it. He's staying up today, let me tell you.
So they got us spread. They're spreading you out. They got one back set.
Here come the Bulldogs. One back, fake give. They're going with that sudden change play, and a throw just misses his receiver.
Again, there's no mystery about Garfield. They're going to use their speed and quickness They're going to spread you out and let you try to cover all of the field.
The pass was intended for the coach's son, Reggie Witherspoon, the younger Reggie Witherspoon. So you got one on the sideline, one on the field. And that's really cool when you have your son out there and you can go ahead and really, it's almost like having another coach on the field.
Exactly. And he is a nationally rated sprinter.
Slight build, but like you said, with that speed, that probably neutralizes things. In Prep's defense, they have a lot of stuff going on. They got a guy standing up here. Next throw, it's the Witherspoon. He catches the ball out of the slot, makes a couple of little moves, and he breaks a tackle.
Oh, my God.
Or he's finally brought down, and that was an electrifying 6-yard catch and run.
Actually, it was a lot of excitement on a 6-yard pass.
Make that 3rd down and 4. Ball is right inside the 44-yard line for the Bulldogs into Seattle Prep territory. If you like football and you have a couple bucks to come down here, maybe 12, I'm not sure what the ticket prices are, come down and watch a little football. Otherwise, just stay in your house and listen to us. Juan Cotto and Coach Jay Yeezy. Lumen Field.
Full house set.
They did. They went back, and that is a nice little handoff right there up to the right
Oh
side. They found something, and he's still going.
He's still going. He's up to the 30. Hey, that's that full house set that Garfield runs.
That was a nice little play right there, just to the right side of the line. They blocked down and just kicked it out.
Off tackle slant.
Boom.
It's a full house backfield, which is unusual. Garfield runs occasionally off of full house set or 3-back set.
As the tradition with Garfield, as we know in this city, they bring the thunder. They bring the music with them.
Oh, yeah, always. Full house set again.
Going back to that
power eye. Yep, there it is.
And that's a nice little run. There it is.
Yep.
Nice runs. Wait a minute. Did he put the ball on the ground, Coach? Did he put the ball on the ground? He did not. I didn't see the bing bangs come out.
They're finding that off tackle slant is there.
So they're finding some ways that they can run right straight at the Prep Panthers. Taraf Kalahu. Taraf.
That is a heck of a name.
I'm just going to say Taraf with that one. And the way he ran that ball looked like he was just
taking off.
He was taking off. He was taking off, and the Garfield offensive line, they are not the biggest, but they are pushing Seattle Prep guys backwards.
They're running a 5 front of 3.
That
hole is there.
Nice.
It was a huge hole.
They went to the weak side that time, and it was wide open, and that was just a simple
handoff
block.
Yep.
The way they just
give him a knees. 13 yards.
Israel with the carry on a simple dive ISO. And
exactly.
13 yards. He's now down to 16-yard line, and Garfield Bulldogs are inside the red zone.
Yep.
The University of Southern California's.
And 80% you chance to win, score when you get inside the 20.
Tony Benton representing the University of Southern California parents coming up the stairs. His wonderful daughter who worked with us so many years is down there in Southern California as a little toss sweep to Witherspoon. And he shows us the nationally ranked speed you were talking about. He just picked up about 12 yards and another Bulldog first down.
Just a simple toss, sweep, sprint to the corner.
8 minutes to go in the first quarter. 0-0. Garfield inside the 5. Now he goes back to that full house, full backfield look. The give. Is that to Witherspoon?
Yeah, it is.
That's to Witherspoon. He's in the end zone, and the little guy is pushing white jerseys back. Touchdown, Garfield. That was actually Israel on that one. Israel got in, but nevertheless, a physical run, and Garfield's coming out, and they're finding success throwing short passes. And they're also finding success running downhill.
They're running that full house backfield, which means you got 2 lead blockers if you're running that third back on that halfback, what's called a tailback. It's a tough set to stop if you're running the ball and you're doing it successfully.
Garfield's band bringing the thunder with them. Here comes the extra point try. It is up, and through the pro uprights it goes. And just like that, with 7:44 to go in the first quarter, Garfield up 7-0 over the Seattle Prep Panthers.
Yeah, that kid from Garfield, they got to be tired from last week. He had to kick 8 extra points. So.
And kickoffs.
Yeah, the kickoff. But Garfield was fortunate to have a great kicker last year. He got picked up Division I. He was putting the ball in the end zone every kickoff.
You are listening to Juan Cotto, Rainier Avenue radio personality since just after we started. You are listening to Coach Jay Yeezy, longtime Coach John Yasutaki in the area, and obviously a community leader in the Seattle area, and certainly someone who loves telling the stories of our kids. Heck, he coached them for years. I might have been on a couple of sidelines myself.
Yep.
But both of us come out here. We enjoy high school football. We enjoy the camaraderie. I love the bands. I coach a lot because I just love hearing the music. But tonight at Lumen Field, telling the story of our kids. And with Garfield and Prep here, it's kind of filled up the stands a little bit. This is fun.
They got a big turnout.
People rattling the drums in the background. That's the Garfield High School percussion section. And they bring the thunder as Garfield kicks off down to Seattle Prep. The ball is picked up at about the 7-yard line, and here right at the middle, and they are met by the whole Garfield kick squad there. They had just a little bit of physical after play. A couple guys going after it near midfield, but I think when you get on this field, you kind of want to bump and check your pads a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
make sure everything works.
It's a beautiful field.
It really is.
It's beautiful.
This is a beautiful field. I think this is a mecca.
Yeah.
This is a mecca. 3 NFC championship games have been held on this field, and then of course, what could top Monday night?
Yes.
A man returns to a city that he used to play for, and was that a rude reception for Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos as the Seahawks came out on top on that one, 17-16.
Fumble.
The ball is snapped and fumbled
Fumbled.
by Seattle Prep, and let's see what happens here.
Yeah,
The players in Garfield are kind of pointing
think
at their
they're
direction.
saying
Let's
it's,
see what
Garfield's
happens.
Ball.
They're saying, and a Garfield kid came out with it. A Garfield kid came out with it. And what are they saying? What are they saying? They're saying Seattle Prep's ball. And the Garfield student section is greeting them with cheers.
What they call it, the Bronx cheer?
Sounds like the Russell Wilson cheer.
The Bronx cheer.
6:57 to go in the first quarter. Seattle Prep with 2 to the right. They motion trips to the left. And the throw out there in the flat is complete. But
too quick.
A big-time hit.
Too
A
fast.
big-time hit puts him on the ground. I think, was that Witherspoon over there playing corner? I think that was Witherspoon playing corner. And Witherspoon obviously is a little bit of a football player. He's everywhere, and his speed that he uses is really showing up in this game so far early. Here's the Panthers to throw, and it's knocked in the air, and it's incomplete. He's trying to throw the bubble screen over to the left side.
Yep.
That ball got deflected.
It wasn't going to develop much anyways. They had it covered pretty well.
Of course, Seattle Prep trying to transition. They're everything quarterback. Braden Smith, who was an outstanding basketball player and certainly an outstanding quarterback when he was here. Saw him play magical games, including leading the Panthers to an upset of the O'Day Irish during the COVID season.
Yep.
He is now, I believe he's at Cornell. And what a great athlete he is. And now Seattle Prep trying to transition to a little bit younger team as the punt hits at about the 48-yard line. Into the 40, rolls to the 35, down to the 32-yard line. And that's where the Garfield Bulldogs will set up their offense on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. The Garfield Bulldogs going from right to left on your radio dial. And Coach Asataki.
Yep.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes, I am.
That's good because 1 out of 4 Americans, or say 1 out of 4 people in our community are not registered to vote. And fortunately for those who are not registered to vote, the Black Unionists and the NAACP are celebrating September 20th, which is Voter Registration Day, with a big voter registration event at the Rainier Beach Plaza outside the Rainier Beach Community Center. Go get yourself signed up to vote. We're going to be broadcasting live from that event, and we hope you're there. There's a little
look at how open he was.
That's one of those great run pass options. He read option, threw it out to Weatherspoon, and Weatherspoon
was running before he got it.
Just started going upfield before the ball got there. And I'll tell you what, they're going to come back to that play again, and he'll probably take it a little bit longer next time. His speed and quickness is something to certainly be respected. But go to the Rainier Beach Plaza next week if you haven't been able to get online or you haven't had the time to get yourself the ability to register to vote. They will make sure that happens for you. As they do the read option play, but the quarterback put the ball on the ground, and the Seattle Prep defense just swarmed them.
Yep.
The Seattle Prep defense is under
something happened on that snap or the handoff or the mesh. It just didn't work. So they lost yardage on that one.
3rd down and 14.
When we say mesh, that's where the quarterback meets the back and hands the ball off or fakes it. It's still called the mesh point.
3rd down and 14 for the Bulldogs. 5:28 to go in the first quarter. The ball is on the 29-yard line. Garfield comes up, signals being called. 2 to the quarterback's left.
Motion.
Witherspoon in motion, and that makes it trips to the right. Looks downfield. He's holding. Got plenty of time. He throws. He finds Witherspoon at the 40, 45, 50.
Oh, my God.
Runs over a couple of defenders down to the 47-yard line. That will be a first down for the Bulldogs.
25-yard gain.
And he might weigh about 135 pounds, but he must squat about 300. He
knocked over
knocks over guys.
Yeah.
Definitely can tell he's a coach's son, and he looks like he loves the game of football, and he really is. Like I said, his speed is apparent. Here comes the Bulldogs. They're on the right hash mark, going right to left on the radio dial.
Spread.
Seattle lines up.
That spread formation.
Actually, I formation.
Yeah,
I formation.
Right.
It looks like something Monty Kohler would draw up. And the give going to the weak side.
Got about
Just a simple
5.
ISO play. Yep, picks up about 5 yards. You're right, about 5 yards.
Yeah.
That will bring up 2nd down, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6. Listen what they have up on the clock. I'm Coach. My eyes. I'm looking at maybe 2nd and 5.
That looks like that's halfway down the chain. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you have to listen to radio. Don't look up on the screen. You and I know this.
Yeah.
We fight for every single yard.
That looks like that's a 5-yard.
Garfield comes out with 2 receivers to the right, to the left, single back in the backfield. Receiver goes in motion.
There he is. Oh, he got
run back to the weak side, and that
first down.
Really nice run there.
It's almost like a counter play, huh?
It really was. Especially with Witherspoon. You have to respect Witherspoon's speed going across. Just came back to it. Came back to the other side. And
they have made every first down.
Israel.
Israel.
He got in there and picked up 6 yards, and that will be another Bulldog first down. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, 3:15 to go in the first quarter.
That means
Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Coach.
Yep. Here we go.
I formation, the give. It looks like that's to Israel. He bounces outside, runs to his right, runs to a host of Seattle Prep guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely tell where the young Seattle Prep defense is having a hard time with this Garfield offense that is very physical and very fast.
Yep, that's for sure. Now it's just a slant play. And Garfield right now, as this clock goes down, they've taken 8 minutes out of a 10-minute quarter.
Israel Neighbors on that carry, and that was a 14-yard carry, and that's going to be another Bulldog first down. This time the ball is on the 24-yard line. 2:33 to go in the first quarter, and a fast-moving first quarter, as you said.
They run because, and Garfield's taking almost 8 minutes off the clock.
I formation.
And I think you got
penalty. Just a little bit of excitement by the left side of the line. They've heard a different snap count in the huddle. One thing you can say about him, he fired the football.
Yeah, right. He got his lick in. Hey, if you're gonna go off, make contact.
Make your mistakes at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Thank you.
If you're gonna jump up and take some people with you.
Yep, exactly. Make contact.
2:19 to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. It's 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. 3 wide receivers to the left, single back, and a receiver to the right. Calling the signals, hands out in front.
They don't have this. They don't have this left side covered.
And there they go. There's a nice little reception and some just nifty balance moves.
Yep.
And that receiver there looks like number 0. We'll get his name for you in a second. Armani
Henderson.
Henderson. And he breaks some tackles and
got
he
back the
picks up
5-yard penalty, pretty much.
Picked up there. Well, let's call it 4. It'll be second down and 11. Ball's on the 26-yard line. Garfield 7, Seattle Prep 0. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Double wides.
Kodo.
One
Coach
setback.
Yeezy.
Motion
Daniel
across.
Bellis. Tony B. We're all here. Nice little run to Israel to his left. And Garfield's backs are not the biggest dudes,
But
Coach.
they're hard to tackle.
Man.
They move their feet. Just one person just can't take them down that easy.
It's really weird because when you look at the two teams, you can, and I don't think it's the uniforms. I think Seattle Prep is bigger.
Big. Right.
But Garfield is fast, and Garfield, especially in the line, they're getting off the ball quick, and they are making it awfully tough for the Panthers. 7-0, Garfield in the lead.
Okay.
1:20 to go. Third down
double
and
wides.
9.
They got double wides.
Quarterback's back. He flips the ball. There's that little man again. That looks like a nice little cutback and broken tackle. Another little nifty move. And Neighbors is down to the 5-yard line. Nice. That was actually Reggie Witherspoon. And Reggie Witherspoon was trying out for Dancing on the Stars.
Yeah.
The quick feet, the movement, shook a couple defenders, and he got all the way to the sideline. It is 1st and goal on the 5 with 46 seconds to go.
Yep.
The Bulldogs 7, and they're trying to tack on to that 7-0 lead over the Seattle Prep Panthers.
And they've pretty much eaten up the clock this whole quarter.
The Garfield Bulldog percussion section, and I know I've talked about it already, but man, I just think that's such a fun part of high school athletics is to hear the band, and they are really bringing the thunder as the ball goes
inside.
To
no touch.
Israel. Israel did not even get touched.
He's getting more touch from his teammates.
That was actually, they're saying that was Witherspoon. Witherspoon got the ball, just weaved through the hole that was there and used his quickness and speed into the end zone. And just like that, it is Garfield 13, Seattle Prep 0. And I don't think that Seattle Prep has seen a team this fast.
Nope, I don't think so either. It's it's hard to defend the team. Almost blocked.
Extra point is good. Yeah, the Seattle Prep kid really accelerated off the wing, and I think he just missed the ball. Put his hands up and missed it. Garfield. I have Garfield. On the scoreboard, it says Garfield 13. I thought he made that extra point, but it looks like he may have missed it. So right now, we have Garfield 13 and the Seattle Prep Panthers 0. The back of the end zones here at Seahawks Stadium, Lumen Field, on the south end zone has End Racism. On the north end zone, it takes all of us. Such an aspiration for our country and our communities.
Yes.
Also, voting. Such an important aspect on so many different angles because it takes all of us to make the decisions that we have to make in our country. And thank goodness the NAACP, the Black Unionists, this September 20th is National Voter Registration Day. Rainier Beach Plaza, just outside the Rainier Beach Community Center. We will be there on Tuesday.
Come on down.
Sign up to vote. Real simple. Sign up to vote. End racism, it takes all of us. Vote. It takes all of us.
We might even get you on the air. Who knows?
We would love to hear that. As the kick from Garfield goes out of bounds, and one of the Seattle Prep players just plasters a Garfield Bulldog onto the sideline, and just might be just a touch of frustration from the Panthers right now. The kick went out of bounds. The flag was thrown, so that means Seattle Prep's going to get that ball, I believe, on the 35-yard line.
The extra point was good, Juan.
The extra point was good. There we go.
Yeah.
So Garfield gets their point. We thought it was good, sitting from where we are. By the way, Lumen Field, thank you so much for putting us in the second deck right on the 50-yard line. We appreciate it. But we're giving this we're giving this broadcast to our listeners who may not have been able to afford the fee to come to this game tonight. A little bit more expensive than the normal high school game, and that may have stopped some kids from being able to attend. And it's too bad, Coach, because we want to have kids at the ball games.
Right.
This is their classmates, and these are their friends out there.
Yeah.
We want them watching this. Prep does a little bit of a first-down run, picks up 2 yards, trips to the left, 1 to the right, snap to the quarterback. He gives, and wait a minute. There were bodies flying all over the place. It looked like a soccer game going on out there.
Exactly.
Illegal procedure on Prep, and Aaron Mall's guys are just going a little bit too fast that time.
Well, they're almost what you call gun shy because they're trying to get a step. They're trying to get a jump.
Lumen Field. This is 20 years of operation of this beautiful facility in our jewel of the Emerald City. And these wonderful kids are getting a chance to play on at the stadium built actually before they were born. And they're here now. And geez, when I say that, John, I mean, geez, it seemed like it was yesterday this place opened.
Right.
Of course, these kids are out here now, and they're getting an opportunity to play in it. And how exciting is this?
Yeah, in several more years, they may be out here playing.
Under legendary names, Walter Jones, Matt Hasselbeck, Cortez Kennedy, Chuck Knox,
Kenny Easley,
Dave Craig, Jacob Green, Kurt Warner, Dave Brown, Jim Zorn, Steve Largent,
yes,
of course, Coach Holmgren, and then, of course, the legendary broadcaster Preet Gross, legendary coach Chuck Knox, and the man whose vision in one aspect of the world, technology, Paul Allen, was the one who kept the Seahawks here and helped build this beautiful facility.
Yep, exactly.
So with 12 minutes to go, put back on the clock for the second quarter, as the lights are slowly starting to come on, that was the end of the first quarter, a run to the left side by Seattle Prep. It'll be 3rd down and 10 on the 35-yard line. Garfield, after the end of the first period, is up 14-0.
Garfield, ball control. Garfield had the ball for 10 minutes of a 12-minute quarter.
Our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. If you like talk, we've got it. If you like politics, we got it. If you like world music, we got it. If you like fresh juice, you like fresh juice?
I love fresh
juice. We got some juice.
I love that too.
We talk about seniors, and we talk about seniors.
Oh,
seniors
my
matter,
goodness.
that kind of thing.
As Seattle Prep throws a pass over to the left, and receiver catches the ball at about the 36-yard line, runs up, and he's rudely knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs at the 41-yard line. That will make it
fourth and 10, 4th and 6.
That was Matthews on the reception, and it is now 4th down, and I would say it's about 4th and 4.
Yeah, 4th and 4.
So the signals are being called. Seattle Prep singling everything in. It's a doubles formation, to the left, to the right, single back on the left hash mark. Prep now going back to left. It's going to be a quick kick, and he kicks it into his own player.
Yeah.
He kicked it into his own player, so that was a blocked punt by Seattle Prep.
Against Seattle Prep.
It unfortunate the way that happened.
Yeah, because that could have been picked up for an advance.
And that's one of the things you have to coach in special teams is the up back.
Cannot
even in that formation. Right. You can't go backwards.
Nope, you cannot go backwards.
And the ball hit him right in the gluteus maximus and went straight to the ground, and the punter fell on it, who's the quarterback for Prep, went down on the ball, and unfortunately, Prep kicks the ball, and they get no yards on the punt back, so they lose 4. Yep. And now it is the ball on the 35-yard line for Garfield on Prep's 35-yard line, and they come out in formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and they're going sudden change. He's looking downfield, throws right down the middle of the field, and he completes it through the wide receiver. Is that Witherspoon again? Yeah. That is Witherspoon, I think, again. And it is a touchdown, but wait a minute, a penalty's been called. Let's hold on a second. That was Jason Findlay on the reception, but let's see what the penalties are down here. And he had a ton of time, and he stepped up in the pocket, and he fired at the Findlay, who caught it at about the 7-yard line, and just ran that in.
And untouched into the end zone. So that dropped coverage on that play, too. So, well, for those of you who do not know what gluteus maximus is, let me interpret. It is the rear end, your posterior, your butt is what it's called.
The muscular area.
Yes.
Of that.
Well, there's the minimus too.
That's true.
Yeah, there's two: gluteus maximus and gluteus minimus. And when somebody says you are a gluteus maximus, that means you are a butt. Thank you.
11:09 to go in the second quarter on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. We're speaking anatomy, which a lot of people didn't realize that we actually knew much about. Just when we thought we were sleeping in anatomy class, one of us had stayed awake. Oh, there's a advertisement inside that says "Dream fearlessly," and we do dream fearlessly on Rainier Avenue Radio World. If you love sports, if you like talk, if you like politics, if you like world music, if you like fresh juice, we got it. We got it for you. And tonight we're telling the story of our kids, Rainier Avenue Radio World, the Garfield Bulldogs, and the Seattle Prep Panthers. Live from Lumen Field. I cannot believe I'm broadcasting from Lumen Field. Always wanted to do it. 20th year of this beautiful facility as Garfield gets blitzed, but he looks downfield, he throws, and finds a receiver out in the outside of the field. A couple of nifty moves, and that should pick up all the penalty yardage.
Practically, almost. It was 1st and 28. So Witherspoon again.
B.J. Kavanaugh, the quarterback for the Garfield Bulldogs, and he gets Witherspoon. And I tell you, if I had $1 for every time I said Witherspoon tonight, of course, with the coach and with the son, I'd be a wealthy man. I'd be on my way to wealth. There looks like they're going to. Witherspoon is making a lot of plays tonight. Here comes Garfield. Kavanaugh calling the play. He's got a single receiver to his left, 3 to his right. He's got a back to his left. Kavanaugh back to pass, looking downfield. He's got plenty of time. He fires, finds a receiver right there at the 28-yard line. It's complete.
First down.
That's a beautiful ball by Kavanaugh.
Coach, it's Kamenong.
Kamenong?
Kamenong. C.J. Kamenong is the name.
C.J. Kamenong. Well, let me tell you something. He throws a beautiful football.
Yes, he does. I know who he is because his mother is the girlfriend of his mother worked with my brother. So she said, "Watch out for this guy."
Well, we are watching out for him, and it is
full house.
About 3rd down and 1. Full house backfield. Kamenong gives a ball. I believe that was Witherspoon with the carry.
They got a 5-yard gain.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be surprised if Garfield doesn't score on this drive either, Coach.
It is a 1st down for the Bulldogs on a simple carry out of their power formation, which is 2 backs. Actually, all 3 backs in a little triangle formation with the quarterback back. So it's more of a
power eye, like a power eye. Yeah.
We call that, a power eye pistol.
Yep.
And let's not get too technical. Let's just say we're just going to run it downhill, and that's what they did.
They got triple left,
9:23 to go. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Come along.
He's out.
Come along, runs. He throws. He's got a receiver in the end zone. Just missed him. Right on the NFL logo on the left-hand side.
And I'm not trying to denigrate Seattle Prep, but I said that I'd be surprised if Garfield didn't score because Seattle Prep doesn't have an answer to Garfield yet on defense. They just can't. They can't corral him on the run, and they're giving up on the pass. So it's going to be tough for Prep, I think, for the rest of the evening. It'll be tough.
She doesn't want to be mentioned tonight, but I just want to say that my wife's son is having a great time. I have an eye on him, and he is going back to some of his old St. Joe's buddies on the Seattle Prep sideline. It's been fun watching him walk around the stadium tonight. He did bring back my credit card, which was nice. The whistle is blown on 2nd and 10. 9:13 to go in the second quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio World. Juan Cotto and the coach, Jay Yeezy. John Yasutaki.
Thank you. What they call it? Legal procedure? See,
little bit of a conference going on here.
Yeah.
The lights have taken full effect here at Lumen Field. It's an absolutely gorgeous evening for football. And just looking at the field and I just love it when the lights go bright. And this is what the magic of Friday Night Lights is all about. Even though this is a professional stadium, great to see how the high school players take up the space. And it's beautiful. The uniforms are beautiful. The kids look great. And it's a great night for football here in the Seattle area.
Illegal procedure, Garfield against Garfield. This is about 2nd and 15.
Yeah, pronounce that last name of the quarterback for me again.
Kamenong.
He has 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's on the right hash mark, so the far side field, right down the middle of the field. And that pass is broken up. So that will bring up third down and 15. And, Coach, sometimes quarterbacks, they like to go for it all, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got a good arm.
He's got a cannon.
Yeah. So, but you see the gaps that they're leaving him when he's rolling out. He could run for a long ways if he wanted to. Again, Seattle Prep is going to have a difficult time covering Garfield's receivers.
Third down and 15, ball on the 27. Kemenong has 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He has a back helping him who picks up a block now he's rolling to his left, throws. He almost had Witherspoon, but the ball was tipped at the very last second. A nice play by the Seattle Prep outside linebacker. That was Cooper Stevens. Cooper blocked that pass. Nice ball. Well, you said basketball rim protection.
Yep.
He went ahead and got his hand up there and knocked that ball down. So that will make it 4th down and 15 yards to go for the Bulldogs. They've got the ball on the 27-yard line, 14-0 lead. They say, hey, let's go for it. So Kemenong sends 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He's got a back helping him for protection on his right. Gets a snap, looks downfield. Really good protection. Throws right down the middle of the field. And it is over the head of his receiver. There's a little tiny bit of contact. It looked like a grab, but it wasn't. Yeah. And that will bring up a change of downs. Ball goes to Seattle Prep with 8:55 to go in the second quarter. Now Seattle Prep must feel a little bit more comfortable about themselves.
Now they got to move the ball. You do not want to give the ball back.
So Kemenong he was trying to go for the end zone there on 4th down. That was a nice play.
CJ. Yep.
Rainier Avenue Radio .world, our community radio station, your community radio station. And we are here tonight at Lumen Field, the Garfield Bulldogs, one of the light high schools, one of the 1,000 points of light high schools in the Seattle area. And the Seattle Prep Panthers, another one of these legendary schools, with the elite Catholic college preparatory academies that is on the North Capitol Hill area. And just a plethora of both these schools, the alumni that have come out of these schools, Coach. Right. And just legendary programs. And tonight they face here at the Emerald City, the jewel of the Emerald City. This is Lumen Field, and it's exciting as Prep is in kind of a little full house backfield pistol action. And they've got a couple of lead receivers outside of the lift of the quarterback. The quarterback just kept it himself. Wow. Didn't fool anybody on Garfield's side of the ball, and he was rudely taken to the ground.
Took a hit, man. Let me tell you.
Big time pop.
Can't do that.
Boy, you can't judge a book by its cover. These Garfield Bulldogs, they're not the biggest team, but man, do they lay a lick on you, both on the offense and the defensive side of the ball. I think Prep has maybe kind of said, hey, this team is pretty fast, so I think they've kind of settled down on it. But as he's got 4 receivers to his right.
Empty backfield.
1 to his left, completely empty backfield. He's all by himself, sends a receiver in motion, fakes a handoff, looks downfield. Flag goes up in the air, and that ball is short of the receiver on the right side.
What were they doing?
I think they're going to call a legal formation. Just a little bit too much hot mustard on the hot dog there. Yeah, let's see what the call is. Yeah. Oh, they call a sideline infraction against Garfield. That's guys on the sideline, I think. So that was interesting. There's not even that many guys over there. So I just wonder if somebody ran into a coach or something. Anyways, that will bring up 3rd down. Is that going to be 3rd down? It'll be 4th down and 13. You get a warning.
22-0.
22-0. At Rainier Beach, 3 plays, Coach. 3 plays. A couple of overthrows and a
Yep. And a step out of bounds.
Scott Trey on a screen pass, stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And I tell you, Rainier Beach was that close.
Yep.
That close to really making that a really good ball game.
Yep.
Do not be fooled by the score. Rainier Beach's defense played their hearts out tonight. Well-coached scheme by the coach. One of my favorite coaches. I think one of the top 5 coaches in the state of Washington, maybe in the top 3. Coach Corey Sampson.
Oklahoma Eagle, or Oklahoma, you would call it Okie, or I don't want to say Okie, but.
And now the Garfield Bulldogs up 14-0, and we are at the 7:31 mark of the second quarter. Maureen. Some of my buddies from St. Joe's. Here goes Maureen and her husband, Patrick Allsbach's mom and dad, go cruising by, and we'll see if they can bring me some food. I might send her a text. Maureen O'Leary. Maureen, you remember me from St. Joe's? Bring me some food. Bring me some of that.
Nachos.
14-0 Garfield. Here comes the Kamanong hands up. That is looks like that's Israel this time.
Oh, nice.
And look at that, Coach.
Nice run.
Look at that.
He did not stop his feet. He just kept driving.
When the
9.
That's 12 for all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But all the white jerseys were going backwards, and the running back kept going, and that picked up 9 yards. Second down and 1. 7:08 to go in the second quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio.
They're running that full house backfield again. They're going to run this ball.
.world.
They're going to run this ball.
Our community radio station.
Power I.
Your community radio station.
We called that Power I with a.
And there's a little toss sweep to the right. Picks up a couple blockers. He runs
first down. Yep.
I think he got it.
It's pretty close.
I think he got it, but Seattle Prep snipped that one out and stretched that one out. It's interesting how the toss sweep, especially at the professional level, has gone out of favor.
Right.
And they like to throw the slip screens, the bubble slings, and get the ball to the wide receivers.
Right.
Plus, you like to have your running backs going downhill, but in high school football, that's a really solid play, and that was actually really solid defense by Seattle Prep to snip that one out. But unfortunately for Prep, he still got to the line and broke the plane, so that'll be a first down right at midfield. 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go. 14-0. The Garfield Bulldogs in the lead. He had an I formation to give to the strong side.
It's about 5 yards again.
I sure did. He picked it up.
Yep. 4 to 5 yards, not bad.
Israel took that one. Israel took that handoff, and he pressed it up there in the hole.
I said, I think Garfield's going to try to keep running the ball. I mean, they want to set tempo.
It's almost like the promoters of the event told everybody, run the ball tonight.
Yeah.
We got no air raid stuff. Let's get this going. And Garfield's taking advantage of that, and they're really knocking Prep backwards. Nice give up, though. It's a beautiful ball fake by the quarterback. Flipped to Witherspoon. Witherspoon at the 42-yard line gets drug out of bounds. And he goes ahead and
3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
I'd say he picks up about 3 yards on. Yeah, that's going to make this third down and about let's say 3.
2 or 3. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good.
It's 3rd and 3.
We're more accurate though. Come on.
Well, we have a really, really good viewing spot.
Yep.
But I'd like to say we're accurate too. 14-0 Garfield on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Okay. Now here we go. Full house backfield again. That is what I call a power eye.
He's got a big dude back there with him too. And they're just smashing that ball to the left, and there he goes right there. I think that's
he
Israel.
almost broke it again.
He sure did.
Oh my gosh.
Israel Neighbors on a very, very tough run.
Yep.
And they put another lineman in the backfield and then full house, and they just go clean house. That was Miles.
Yep.
Miles, the running back on that one, and he took that one into the hole. So
they got a kid Miller too, who's a pretty tough runner.
So that will make it 1st and 10 Garfield from the 34. Their percussion section, they are bringing the thunder, jumping up and down, having a good time with it. On your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. And this drive is consuming up clock. As there's the give. Is that Who is that? Is that Witherspoon? Is that Israel?
I don't know.
Boy, they got a bunch of little
Yeah.
guys that all look the same. Coach.
Miller, Israel,
They
Witherspoon, but they're all quick. Good gravy.
that was Tuaf Amanu with that
Yeah.
run, and he's a good little football player,
Yeah.
Coach.
I think he's Samoan.
Garfield's good. Garfield is good. Bulldogs in their 100th year, the 100th year celebration anniversary. They are a good football team. 14-0. The Garfield Bulldogs up over Seattle Prep. 3:55, 3:54, 3:53 as flags are thrown.
Well,
here in
the
second
prep
quarter.
guy jumped, and Garfield guy reacted, but the prep guy didn't get into the neutral zone. So if you flinch and you're on offense, it's on you.
But they call an illegal procedure
Yep.
call against Garfield.
Yep, it is a legal procedure.
Moves them back 5 yards. That puts the ball on the 27-yard line. It will be 1st and 15 from the 27.
As long as I'm a defender and I don't enter the neutral zone, I can jump around and do all that. You can't move if you're on offense.
Here comes BJ bringing his Garfield Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. Sends receivers back across the formation. He's got two to his left, two to his right. He's got his running back to his right. They're on the left hash mark. They give the ball. That looks like it's Witherspoon running to his right. And he turns upfield, and he hits the Jets, and he just burns into the end zone. But wait a minute.
They threw a flag.
There's a flag. Wait a minute. Reggie Witherspoon, just like he was running a double out of the batter's box, got the ball, hit first base, burst into the end zone, outrunning the entire secondary of Seattle Prep. But it looks like someone may have grabbed a uniform back there, and I think they are going to call a hold. They are calling a hold on Garfield. And, Coach, I don't even know if that was necessary. Holding on Garfield, that moves them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that really
but you saw the speed of Witherspoon.
Witherspoon's fast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
no
any question about that.
Everyone looked like they were standing still, and they're running after him.
Said he took a 20-yard run and then just hit first base, turned to second, and just blew into the end zone, outrunning the entire secondary and linebacker section of Prep. So we've got three to BJ's right, a single receiver to his left. He's looking left, now comes back to his right, runs to his right, starts to run upfield, tried to make a move on a linebacker, but gets yanked down. He gets yanked down at around the 34-yard line.
Ain't some yards back, so, yeah. It'd be 2nd and 20.
I think they're going to call it 2nd down and 23 on the ball on the 37-yard line. I think the ball's on the 35. 2nd and 23, ball on the 35. 2:43 to go here in the second quarter on a beautiful night here at Lumen Field. Wish you were with us. And, hey.
3 trips left. You got triple left, single right.
BJ looks downfield. Great protection. Threw him right down the middle, and he got plastered by a Seattle Prep linebacker. They're going to call roughing the passer.
They're going to call it.
The ball was gone.
Yep.
And he was in his full motion, had already followed through, took a big hit.
CJ is a tough kid. He's only he's a junior this year. I think. He started as a sophomore.
Well, he's a really good quarterback, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yep.
He stood in the pocket on that one, too, had his feet moving, and he finished his follow-through and just got slammed to the ground.
What'd they call?
They called wait a minute. They're not calling roughing the passer. So they called a penalty against Garfield.
Oh, gosh.
And that moves the ball further back. We're waiting to hear. They just said the penalty. They said the penalty will be on the offense. We all missed a signal on that.
Yeah, I didn't see any signal, though. I didn't see any signal. So
that brings out 2nd and 30. What's your 2nd and 30 play?
Go to Reggie Witherspoon any way, shape, or form.
Across the formation they go. Pitch to the left. And, a nice little run by the running back.
Good D.
The Prep defense had that one.
Yep.
It's really tough to sweep against, so they hold their lanes really well.
Yep.
That will make this 3rd down, and I believe about
30.
Yeah, it's going to be a long ways. 3rd down into the Canadian border. Let's say 26 yards. He sends two to his left, two to his right. BJ sends his back to his left to help with a little protection on that side.
They got double wideouts.
Looking downfield. He's got a pressure coming. He steps up in the pocket. He's got some running room, and he's going along the line of scrimmage. Now he runs to his left some more, and he's just shoved out of bounds into his own section over there on the Garfield sideline. And 139.
He gained about 10 yards. He gained about 10 yards.
He used his eyes and he used the line of scrimmage really effectively to get people moving downfield, and then he just went ahead and took off and sprinted. That will make this 4th down and 16. And yes, they're going to go for it. And you know something? 4th and 26 is a long ways. 4th and 16 is actually doable.
I was going to say it's makeable with this speed this team has.
And even if they pick up 11 yards, I mean that puts it at the 20, so it's like a punt. So I think they're
just like a punt.
They're doing the right thing.
They're calling time.
John, it was Coach Asataki Monday night, right where they're standing. Russell Wilson guided a drive under a minute. Yeah. They get the ball to the 46-yard line.
And they kicked that
right hash mark, which is what the kicker Brandon McManus said, I can make it.
Yeah.
And they had 4th and 5, and Coach, he tried to kick a 64-yard field goal.
Yeah.
That fell just short. I mean, he actually missed it.
Yeah, he actually missed it. It wasn't that.
He missed
it. It was a damn good try.
And boy, the Coach Hackett took criticism for that.
What?
So he said, we paid the guy $250 million. Give him the ball and get a 4th and 5.
Yeah.
Don't kick it from 64 yards. But
hey, you tried.
All right there. Yeah, it was a major point. What would you do in that situation?
Well, 4th and 5 is tough. 4th and 6, the way the teams were playing, the advantage would have been in Seattle's favor. I would have tried to kick. What the heck? Nothing to lose.
I'm not going to complain with the outcome.
Yeah.
Go Seahawks. San Francisco this weekend they have.
That'll be an interesting game. They got beat by the Bears pretty handily.
1:39 to go. BJ's going forward. He's firing down the end zone. What a catch! He caught it! He caught it! He caught it! He did catch the football! He got it in the end zone! 4th down and 20! 4th down and 20!
Oh, my gosh.
C.J. Jackson! C.J. Jackson with the catch on the right sideline of the end zone, and what a catch it was. And just like that, a lightning bolt strikes, and Garfield's up 20-0 over the Seattle Prep Panthers. A tremendous throw and catch, and what a throw by BJ.
Yeah, yep.
The kick is up, and it is good.
Yep. 21.
Garfield 21, Seattle Prep 0. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go.
That's a real deflator. That's a real inflator if you're Garfield, but a real deflator if you're Seattle Prep, because you held them in check. Seattle Prep did a good job.
So much speed you have to defend, and when you have a quarterback that has an accurate arm and a strong arm, those are the kinds of plays that are possible. And he put that ball on the money, but a great catch.
Yep. CJ is really matured over his year last year being quarterback. He took his lumps, but he's much improved.
Guys, we have a name correction on that touchdown person. It's Sajay.
Sajay.
Oh, CJ Jackson?
Sajay.
Jackson.
Thank you so much, Sajay, with the catch on the right sideline.
From CJ.
CJ to Sajay, and both can play.
Yes.
What a catch.
Like I said, it's a deflator for Seattle Prep because they played them pretty straight up.
Garfield 21, Seattle Prep 0. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and the crowd is still abuzz on both sides by that play as the kick is caught at about the 5-yard line. He's leaving the 10-yard line.
Uh-oh.
And nice little return by Prep.
Right.
So, and there's no quit in an Aaron Mall football team. No question about that. They're going to fight and stay in the game.
Yeah, they're undermanned though tonight. I think a little bit. They've got some young guys in. Mm-hmm. They lost some key players last year. Like I said, Braden Smith for sure. at quarterback. He was the heart and soul of that team.
Casey with the return. And Aaron Mall texted me earlier. I text with Coach Mall every once in a while, good friend of mine. And I texted with him earlier this month, kind of wishing. He said, Coach, we're really young this year.
I know that.
He's got a young squad out there.
Right. Yep.
And a lot of names I saw when I was at St. Joe's School, a lot of those kids are now out there playing for him. So we know it's a younger squad.
Yeah.
Here comes the Panthers, though. Like I said, there's no quit in them.
Oh, boy.
And that play did not go very far. The Garfield defense sniffed that one out and just stuffed the run. A simple zone read play up the middle, and it was just a tough back one.
And
Giovanni Howell.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't this only Prep's second possession of this quarter?
Mm-hmm. Giovanni Howell, the Garfield tackler on that one.
Quadruple left.
Yep.
4 receivers left.
They call that quads.
Yep.
There we go. Little flip out there.
Very much there.
And no, the Garfield Bulldog defense is really, really, really quick. And if you're going to attack them,
you got to get upfield. You can't lag behind like that.
Yeah, Matthews on the reception. He was greeted quickly, but he did pick up a couple of yards, which is going to make this now 3rd and 13 with 26 seconds to go. Aaron Mall signaling in. Currently, there are 3 receivers to the right, and there's just a single receiver to the left.
One back set.
And he switches the back over to the left side. Maybe get a little chip protection on that defensive end. Now the wing back comes in a little bit, and the give is to the up back, and he turns the corner
and he
and
didn't get
maybe
around.
picks up 2. Yeah.
He didn't get around the corner. They had to stretch it out. They stretched that play out.
And
good.
That will be the end of the quarter. So the beautiful play, CJ to Sejay, makes the score Garfield 21, Seattle Prep 0 at the half. After 2 quarters of play, and there goes Garfield jogging off the field over to their locker room. And Coach Witherspoon's got to be pleased by what he saw in the first half.
You just, look at the numbers. 22 12-minute quarters. Garfield had the ball 21 minutes of a 24 span. That's almost impossible for you to do anything with it if you're on offense. That's just, Garfield had the ball the majority of both quarters. And if you're not moving the ball, you're giving the ball up, it's a recipe for disaster, as they say.
And Aaron Mall is taking his young group of Panthers into the locker room right now. And
got to give them credit. They got heart, but they're young.
And you can definitely see the inexperience
right,
on certain plays, especially in the tackling in the open field, and just the overall speed and really just physical play from Garfield. I don't think Prep was ready for that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. But like I said, it's things you learn. It takes experience. It's one thing to be, you got to be in position, and you learn that. That's things you learn.
You are listening to Juan Cotto, and you are listening to Coach Jay Yeezy, John Yasutaki, on our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We are at Lumen Field. This is a Metro League battle. This is the Garfield Bulldogs. This is the Seattle Prep Panthers. And we are, did I say it, in vivo, as they say on Univision, in vivo. We are live here. The lights have taken effect here at Lumen Field. Coach, I never thought I would call a game from Lumen Field. It's just beautiful to be able to do so. In the aftermath of Monday Night Football being here, and one of the more memorable games in the history of Seattle sports.
Yep.
And just unbelievable football game on Monday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks and a win over the Denver Broncos, led by our everything quarterback here in Seattle, Russell Wilson. And the kids get an opportunity to play on this field. I mean, how wonderful is that?
That's great.
And here comes, talk about some of the legends in the stands tonight. And one of the biggest legends that is here, there is Mr. Brandon Roy coming across. And Brandon Roy, the head basketball coach of the Garfield Bulldogs. and he's walking through the crowd. And it's just amazing to see, one of the greatest basketball players, arguably the greatest basketball player at the University of Washington. And what an NBA career! Just it's so tragic.
Tragic, cut short
by his knees. His body betrayed him. And he was just really having an all-star type of career, a Hall of Fame type of career, and so many memorable plays that he made.
Yes.
But he unfortunately had to retire much too soon. Started coaching basketball, built an unbelievable season, put an unbelievable season together at Nathan Hale with Michael Porter Jr. and his brother. And they won the state championship, and then he went to Garfield.
They won
another one. So just a great player. And then, of course, the first-round draft picks, Michael Porter Jr., Tari Eason, some great players coming from Garfield. They haven't been coached by the great Brandon Roy, and he is here in the stadium tonight.
I saw a program where John Wooden was coaching, and he was teaching, and he was showing a video of Brandon Roy, how to play around the basket. Because he was almost unstoppable. That's what John Wooden said. Once you got under the basket, you couldn't stop him. He said 5 Arizona players couldn't stop him on that play. And he videotaped it to show his team. This is how you play.
So smooth.
Yes.
Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. And John, as I've said so many times before, the ability to share stories is what we do. We share stories, we share information, we raise awareness, we laugh, and we have fun. And Rainier Avenue Radio is such an important part of the community. And over the last several years, we've seen it. If your child is interested in broadcasting, get a hold of us. If they would want to consider a career, come and intern and learn from some of the best people in broadcasting and internet broadcasting and video, and they learn how to put these shows together. And it is so much fun to be able to tell and share the stories of kids in our community. It is also fun to be able to talk about current issues that are impacting us in the community and raise awareness around those issues. It is just a great opportunity to sit back and listen to entertaining music. It's fun to listen to entertaining fresh juice.
Yes,
it is.
And when can we hear fresh juice?
You can hear Fresh Juice every Wednesday night from 9 until 11 p.m. This Wednesday we got a reggae artist that goes by the name of Edley Shine, out of D.C. He'll be joining us. And then we got a dancer and choreographer that goes by the name of Batty Baby.
Batty Baby. John, that sounds right up your alley.
Hey, and we're showing the flyer there on the screen. You can see that she is quite the Batty Baby.
Once again, we talk it, we walk it, we love it on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Coach Yasutake, what does Aaron Mall tell the Seattle Prep Panthers, this young team that's had a tough first half? What does he tell them in the halftime locker room right now?
Keep your heads up. Do your best. This is a learning experience. They're an experienced team. They're the number 3 team in the state. So you're not playing a chump. You're playing a quality team. Do your best. That's all you can do.
That was quite obvious. You're up against a real football team. Reggie Witherspoon, what is he telling the Garfield Bulldogs about how he wants to come out here and play the second half?
Keep doing what you're doing. We're controlling the game. We've had the game. The game clock has been on our side. We just continue to do that. As long as we have the ball, they can't score. They can't move it. The other thing is play safe. Don't get hurt.
The Garfield percussion squad is out there, and they are providing a rhythm over in the stands. It's really echoing throughout the entire building. And I'll tell you what, that band really makes this event, doesn't it? I mean, it does. Really makes you feel like you're at an event. Yeah. So I want to thank those Garfield students for all the time and work and effort they put into that.
This is the difference to me. high school, college, as opposed to pros. This is, to me, excitement. Kids, young people. That I love that.
Both student sections standing and enjoying themselves. It's just great. The Garfield students on the right at the 25-yard line. On the north end, the prep students are down at about the 15-yard line at the south end. And so it's just wonderful to see the activity. It's wonderful to see the parents. I'm sure a lot of the parents know each other from the different community up there in Capitol Hill, Madrona, Mount Baker, and the central area.
Well, my neighbor, we thought he was going to go to Garfield. He ended up going to Seattle Prep, the Mateo Ricci program there. All state. When he played football, he was a receiver, but he also played quarter. Vance Perkins.
Vance.
Yeah, my guy. Lived right across. Was considered like he was like one of my sons.
A tremendous athlete.
Yep.
Tremendous guy, Vance Perkins.
Yep.
And a guy that we had a lot of fun playing against when I was back with the O'Day Irish back in the day. We had a lot of respect for Vance Perkins and tried to get after him.
Yep.
And I think a couple times we did have to talk to Vance about that. I think we got him more often than he got us.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he is a real good dude. Hope he's listening to the broadcast. Vance, if you're listening, go Irish.
Yeah. Well, I stay in touch with him. He was good friends of my late son, Cecil. So they were like very best friends. They lived together, actually worked together, lived together, that kind of thing. So, but he was one of the last All-State kids to come out of the one of the few, there have been others, but one of the few All-State kids to come out of Metro League, Seattle.
Coach Ashitaki, as a coach, as a community leader, would you just elaborate a little bit on the importance of voting?
Well, it is, again, that is the one constitutional guarantee we have, that we have a vote free. We don't have to worry about being suppressed. We exercise our constitutional right. It is our mandate, and it is our duty to vote. In a free democratic society, the vote is the most important thing. Again, a free democratic society. Other countries don't allow you to vote. You don't have the right to vote. We have the right to vote. We have a right to vote to say what our feelings are on a candidate or on an issue. And so we've got to register to vote. You can't register. If you're not registered to vote, you can't vote on any initiative. You can't vote on any public policy issue. If you're not registered to vote, you cannot vote. That's simply it. Yeah, we always think about voting for public office, presidential stuff, but there's so many other things on the ballot. Propositions, things like that, initiatives. If you aren't registered to vote, you cannot exercise that right, folks.
This Tuesday is National Voter Registration Day. And the NAACP, our local chapter here in Seattle, and also the Black Unionists are sponsoring a voting drive. They are going to register people to vote. And a couple things. Number one, a lot of people don't realize that it is so simple to vote. You can probably do it online, but there's a lot of deadlines and there's certain restrictions that happen, and sometimes we just forget. But on Tuesday, September 20th, at the Rainier Beach Plaza, we are going to go ahead and we are going to work with the NAACP, the Black Unionists, to ensure that people have the opportunity to exercise that constitutional right that Coach Yasutaki was talking about. And I couldn't agree more. People have died for the right to vote. And if you think about it, until the 19th Amendment, women weren't allowed to vote in our country.
Exactly.
So please understand your history, understand what it means not to be able to participate in the voting process. And having understood that, you will realize that it's an important opportunity for you to exercise. Bring your necessary information, talk to the people there. They will make sure that they will inform you on what you need, and go ahead and get yourself ready to receive a ballot from King County so you can vote on the important issues coming up here in this general election in November.
Yep. And remember, your vote counts. Your vote counts.
And Jennifer Morales says, "What's up, Juan Cotto?"
Hey, Jennifer Morales, how are you? ¿Qué pasa? I'm wondering if Jerry is over here at the stadium tonight. Hope all is going well for you and the SB and Seattle Prep parents.
So I got a question for you too, because obviously you got to see O'Day earlier, but you've seen a half of Garfield, and you also seen a full game from Garfield and Memorial. Of those two teams, who's coming out stronger here? Because they look like they're both going to be going 3-0 by the end of the night.
What do you think, Coach Yasutaki? It was how impressive was O'Day versus Beach versus how impressive Garfield has been versus Prep?
Well, Garfield is playing against, let's be honest, a young team, a weaker opponent. Let's be honest.
Garfield beat Lake Stevens though, so got to put that on their resume.
They beat the former state champions. I know that, all that good stuff. But those three key plays involving Rainier Beach would have made this a even game, or could have been one that put Rainier Beach ahead of O'Day. 3 plays, so it's really hard to evaluate the level of competition. Certainly, Rainier Beach, O'Day was much higher level of caliber of competition. Not to denigrate Seattle Prep, but they're a young squad, very young squad. And they got a major hold to fill that quarterback position, and so I'd have to say a very small notch to O'Day, very small notch.
It's like I said earlier, Coach, Garfield is very, very physical for a team that doesn't seem that big. And I believe that O'Day would have the size advantage against them. And we know how O'Day likes to play.
Yes.
So it would be interesting to see how physical O'Day would be against Garfield. Garfield obviously has some athletes on their side of the ball that are extremely quick and extremely tough. I mean, even a little Witherspoon Jr. He isn't the biggest guy in the world, but man, when he runs, he puts everything into it. I think there's a tremendous amount of heart, and I think that Garfield would be able to give O'Day a really good football game.
Yep. It would be good. It would be, well, we'll probably look forward to seeing it later on in the year, because I think they may be in the mix.
They are on the schedule, and we will definitely see that, and we will probably be broadcasting on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't in the state mix playoff-wise, for sure.
The teams are warming up out there on the field. The south end zone, which is the enclosed end zone on the south. On that end zone, it has end racism, which is such an aspiration for our country. Yes. On the north end zone, underneath the goalpost, on the white on the back of the back line, the end line, it takes all of us, Coach. Yes. And once again, going back to our theme of the night, end racism, it takes all of us. Voting, it takes all of us. Right. And those are great aspirations. And one we can both we can control. If you love people, if you care about people, and you really want the best for people, it doesn't matter. The racism should go away in our country. Right. We should love each other and build our communities with love and with respect. And if you do that, and put that as a priority, you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your community, and a lot of these things go away. At least that's the way it's worked in my life. But the thing that you can really control is voting. Yep. And on September 20th, voter registration day, the plaza at Rainier Beach. And that's over right by the community center. Go into that plaza, sign up, and the NAACP and the Black Unionists and Rainier Avenue Radio, we're going to be there. And we're going to talk to people about the importance of voting. Talk to people, make sure they vote.
Well, and there is an element in this country that wants to take away that democratic right to vote and suppress it, and they are making inroads to suppress voters because they fear the power of the vote, especially to groups of people that don't think like them.
If you like politics, if you like talk, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
If you like it, we do it. And you can hear so many different opinions. You can hear a lot of opinions, and occasionally I take off my sports headset and put on the political headset, and just because my opinions can be intellectual and controversial, I don't do it very often. Here's the kickoff at the Lumen Field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling a game from Lumen Field. And the kick, the ball gets loose! The ball gets loose! Witherspoon was running. He was trying to go across the 15-yard line, running laterally. He got hit, and he dropped the football on the 15-yard line, and it rolls right to a Seattle Prep defender. And guess what? Prep has the ball on the 15-yard line. Coach, you can't make turnovers on the special teams.
No, you can't.
And you talked about it, 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and
teams.
this is where people, special teams isn't a third of the – it's a third of the game, a full third.
Offense brings the fans, defense wins the game, special teams wins the championships.
Well, here's a chance. And for a young football team, Coach, if they start to believe, and it has to happen right here if they can punch one in. And here's a give right up the middle. And that running back is going and going and going down to the 10-yard line.
Oh.
And Prep in their NASCAR offense.
Yes.
People running in all directions. Here goes second down. Karen O'Leary with that one. And then a sweep to the outside. And Prep is in the end zone. Prep is in the end zone.
That was just a sweep.
Ishmael into the end zone. And just like that, at 11:36 in the third quarter, it is now Garfield 21, Seattle Prep 6. You don't want to give a young team a chance to believe.
You can't let them have that chance to believe.
The kick is up, and it is true. And look at the Seattle Prep sideline. The coaches, the players are all fired up. When they came out of that locker room, it was kind of like, we believe in each other.
But
then they had to kick the ball off to Garfield, and they were just hoping not to go down 21 or 28 to nothing. Now they're pretty much back in the ball game.
Oh, yeah, they're in it now. That's great. That is great.
Look at the urgency on the Seattle Prep sideline. People are just like that, the momentum can switch. And you're seeing it live on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Juan Cotto and the coach, John Yasutaki.
Yes.
Aaron Mall, Reggie Witherspoon, Seattle Prep, Garfield. 11:36 to go in the third quarter. We just started the third quarter.
Lumen Field.
34 seconds into the second half of this ball game. And just like that, Prep is back in it. The kick goes out of bounds. The kick goes out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. The flag comes out, and that puts it on the 35.
We'll see how Garfield responds now, too.
Let's go take a look, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do. And Witherspoon, who has a tremendous speed, and we're calling his name a lot. Boy, when you're mad like that, you want the ball back quick.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if.
Well, he knew he made a mistake. He didn't wrap it up.
Let's see if Dad gives it to him. He's probably wanting it too. Let's see what goes on here. Here comes BJ. He's bringing his Bulldogs up. He's got them on the 25-yard line.
Double wide out.
He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's got a back to his right. Ball on the right hash mark give. And a really tough physical run.
Yep.
Run bouncing off of people.
Yeah, actually he was lucky to make clear the line of scrimmage and gain at least a yard or two.
Oh, Miles with the carry, and that carry goes for about 2 yards. That makes it second down and 8. Ball on the 37-yard line. 11:08 to go. And look at the Seattle Prep Panthers dancing. They're back in the ball game, folks. Just mentally, that touchdown kind of changed everything. BJ looking downfield. He rolls to his left. He's looking. He's trying to loop one up. He throws. He's got a man down there. Does he cut? It is. What a throw! What a throw! CJ rolling to his left. Turns his CJ Jackson.
CJ.
CJ?
To CJ.
CJ to CJ. Yes. Well, I mean, we'll get the pronunciations down, but I will say this. That's 43 yards.
Exciting play. And he was moving on he was rolling out, moving on. There wasn't
beautifully thrown football and so accurate, really moving to his left. The give is that to Israel. Jumps in the hole, and Seattle Prep, they've diagnosed that play. Although he's still just through the effort and power. That was actually Miles with the ball, and he picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball is on the 16-yard line. 10:27 to go in the third quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. What a beautiful night for football here at Lumen Field. That's right, Lumen Field.
Yes.
In the center of the Emerald City,
yes.
the football capital of the world, as we saw Monday night. Boy, the Seahawks are our community. Our community comes out and watches some football, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Michigan State in town tomorrow, Husky Stadium. 11th ranked team in the country, 3.5-point underdog. Pitch out there by CJ, and he finds a receiver.
First down.
And that is going to be good enough for a first down. Ball's inside the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
Givens on the catch. And that's going to put the ball at the 9-yard line. So it's going to make it first and goal on the 9 with 9 minutes and 52 seconds left to go.
If Garfield scores, we'll have 2 scores within 3 minutes of each other. That'd be unbelievable.
CJ brings his team up. Oh, there might have been a little bit of motion or a little bit of I thought it was a little bit of an early start. They all started sprinting, but nevertheless, the referees disagreed with me, and that's a 4-yard gain.
Wow.
Miles Damon takes that ball down to around the 4-yard line, so check that. That's a 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
And that brings up 2nd and goal at the 4. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. Fresh juice. 9:12 to go in the third quarter. A single receiver over to the right. Fullback I formation to give. Right up the middle.
He's in.
Dances, pirouettes. Did he get in?
Yeah,
Did he get in?
Yeah.
Did he get in? Yes. The linesman on this side says Garfield touchdown. And Miles Damon takes the ball into the end zone. And that makes the score Garfield Bulldogs 27 and the Seattle Prep Panthers 7. And Garfield did not take much time at all to respond to the touchdown. It's just like they realize, hey, we gave up something. We need to get it back quick.
Yeah, we'll take it back. No deposit, no return.
Line up for the extra point. The kick is down. The ball is down, and the kick is true.
Yep.
So Garfield quickly comes back, and momentum is back on the Bulldog side. They not only captured the touchdown, they got the momentum back. But the big play, the 43-yard strike, CJ to CJ. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. September 20, National Voter Registration Day. The NAACP of Seattle, our local chapter, the Black Unionists, they are going to be hosting a voter registration drive down in the south end of Seattle, down at Rainier Beach Plaza, the Rainier Beach Community Center. Go down there and register to vote. And please don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel like this is, I don't want people to see me down there. Hey, if you do not have that voter registration card, go get it.
Yep.
Hey, the most important vote that you make is the next one.
Yep.
So get yourself signed up to do it.
If you don't vote, you have no voice.
8:55 to go in the third quarter. Garfield kicks the ball off. Ball's caught at the 5-yard line. The receiver starts running to his right, makes a little cut, breaks to the line, and nice return to about the 35-yard line.
Right. As you see, he was kind of picking his way to the
KC on that return. KC took that ball up to around the 35. Nice little 30-yard return. So here comes Seattle Prep back out there. And they're going to get themselves started up. 1st and 10, ball on the 34. 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Yep. See, just they want to change footballs now. So in case you're wondering, the offensive team uses their footballs.
Right.
So Seattle Prep is now using their footballs, but on the kick when they score, they will kick their ball to Garfield, and then the ball gets switched. And that's why the time was changed. They wanted to get Prep's ball in there and get Garfield's ball off the field as the first pass is thrown.
Well, that play was.
Yeah, that play seemed doomed from the start. Just a lot of pressure coming in from Garfield's
too much
front line.
Back had his back turned to the quarterback when the ball was thrown.
That's always a problem.
Yes.
If you have your back turned, you're probably not going to catch it. The snap happens and a bunch of flags everywhere. Laundry lined up and a little bit of an illegal procedure penalty happens, and one of the Garfield players has a cramp. He is rolling on the floor, just writhing a little bit, but sure they'll come out and massage that cramp out in a second.
Yep.
And the probably for him, the training staff isn't getting out there fast enough. And I've had those cramps.
Oh, boy.
Matter of fact, the older I get, I have them a lot at night.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yes.
I woke up one time and that thing was cramping those so hard and went in and was drinking water, could barely get out of the bed.
Well, you know what's bad? And I don't want to be gross, but when you get a cramp and you're trying to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
You say, oh my gosh.
That's one of those. It's just it's so painful, and and these young guys. I mean, obviously they're out there expending all this energy, taking on blocks, tackling, running, and they're playing on this spongy turf. Right. Those muscles really get stretched out.
The hydration too, though.
And
they've got the electrolytes.
Water.
Yeah, electrolytes, hydration. You know, all that. It's
they have those big Gatorade buckets out there. I remember one time the training staff when we were at 8th and Hale told them at the end of the game, make sure all this stuff, both of these buckets are gone.
Yeah.
Well, number one, we don't want to carry them back to the bus. But number two, you need them in your system.
Thank you. You need to drink it.
You need to drink it.
Replenish the salts and everything that you're losing when you perspire.
Player makes his way off the field. He's okay. Looks like they got the cramp worked out. And then the Seattle Prep goes back to pass and boom.
Defender.
And that's where you can really tell where the young Panthers, just wasn't able to feel the pressure. Your eyes have got to be looking downfield, and you've got to feel the pressure and just not feeling it.
No, he felt the pressure coming from the left side. Then he ran into the defenders coming in from the right side. So it's experience. And like I said, give them credit. They're a young team.
3rd and 20 for Prep. A receiver goes in motion to make this a quick kick, and the quarterback tries to run, tried to make one of those moves. Oh, that's a little bit. I hope they don't get called that kid for a celebration, but great play by Garfield.
Wow.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and 20, and Prep's going to go ahead and kick the ball. So they're going.
Well, Juan, as they say, experience is the best teacher. He got experience on those 2 plays alone.
And as in life, it's always the hard lessons that you learn the most from.
Oh, yes.
The easy lessons, you think it's all you, but the hard ones, geez, you got to really dig through those. Punts off, and the ball is going to hit the ground, yes, at about the 46-yard line. And the Prep receiving team knocked that ball backward, but I think they're going to move that ball up to around the 46, if I'm not mistaken.
The first touching?
Right. First touch.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. 37-yard punt. Actually, it's a pretty good kick.
Yeah,
no return on it. So it's going to net all 37 of those yards. The Seattle Prep Panthers, in their custom white uniforms, their visiting uniforms. They've got white helmets. You know, if you can imagine the Indianapolis Colts, it's exactly who they look like. Even got the little double stripes on the sleeves. All they're missing is the big U on the helmet, that horseshoe.
Horseshoe, yeah.
The Garfield Bulldogs have black helmets. They've got gray shirts with purple numbers, and they've got black trousers. So the pitch goes over to the opposite side, and that receiver is wrapped up. So CJ's pass gets out to the outside, and they're trying to stretch these Prep kids out.
They are. I mean, 5 yards, 6 yards on that play?
Sajay.
Yeah.
Sajay on that catch takes it up to the 43-yard line, make it the 48-yard line. It's going to be second down. They're saying it's 6. I'm saying it's 5.
It's more like 5.
Yeah. Nice little pitch and catch there by the Bulldogs. Here they go. Trips right. Single receiver to the right. And I'm sorry, that's to his left. That is to CJ's left. And he's looking to his left. Throws. He's got a wide open Witherspoon. Catches the ball around the 48-yard line. Tried to dance and gets taken down just about a yard short. Clock will continue to run. It's 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio World, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Tony Benton.
Yep.
Brainchild. He said, let me figure out a way to take internet streaming to the community. I'm going to build an app. I'm going to get kids listening. I'm actually going to get kids involved. I'm going to have internships. If your child is interested in broadcasting, reach out to us. We'd love to get them on the radio and help us supporting just so much fun it is to tell these stories and bring information to the community. As a nice little handoff goes to the right side this time.
They call that a slashing run, just right off tackle.
And that is a what we Israel with the 7-yard run on third down, and that will be 1st and 10 Bulldogs, and they are on the Seattle Prep 41-yard line.
They're on the move.
5:02, 5:01, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Juan Cotto and Coach John Yasutaki, Jay Yeezy. Here comes the Bulldogs. They've got a slot to the right. They've got an I formation. CJ under center this time. Gets a snap, fakes the handoff, looks downfield, steps up in the pocket, now jumps around it, moves to his right, throws downfield.
They call holding.
And this incomplete, but yeah, flag came out.
Be holding.
Flag came out, and it's settled right at the 47-yard line near the hash. They are also playing only with the NFL hashes, but they can take the ball out to the top of the number, I believe. So that shows where the line is. I think they may have some issues. They're using the whole high school hash marks, but the only hash marks out there are the pro hash marks.
The pro hash marks, right? College is a little bit inside, or a little bit more outside, etc.
Whistle blows, 4:36 to go. Garfield is moved back.
On that holding.
Oh, boy. On that holding call, they got moved back around. I was going to say, that's to say it was second and 20. I think actually 1st and 24.
Oh, he tripped.
And he tripped on the turf. And I think, was that Miles? Was that?
I think it's Miles. I can't. Let me
couldn't tell from here, but he tried to cut to his right, and the turf monster just grabbed him and made the tackle. 4:26, 4:25, 4:24 to go in the third quarter. Miles Damon on the carry.
Well, yep.
And he picked up, I want to say he picked up about 3 yards, so this is going to be a solid 2nd and 20 for the Bulldogs. Garfield 28, Seattle Prep 7. CJ looking downfield, and he gets a big rush, runs to his left, he's looking, he heaves one. He finds, was that Witherspoon?
Missed it. Yeah, I think it
just didn't get a hold of it. No, I think that was Sajay.
No, that was Sajay. Yep.
So Kavanaugh's pass just in and out of the hands of the receiver. Almost would have picked up the first down. He was right down there by the stake. Just
he would have been right there. He would have been right there. Kavanaugh has a little bit of speed. He's outdistancing the pursuit.
He's shifty. He's shifty, and he knows angles and knows how to get out of trouble, and certainly is getting himself some space.
He's got a pretty good arm. I got to admit, he can throw that ball on the run.
The Garfield Bulldogs, 28, Seattle Prep 7. We have trips to the right, actually quads to the right, including the running back. No, all of them go over there.
So that's what they're overloaded now.
Oh, it's a run play, and is that Witherspoon? It is. He's running to his right, gets to the 50, knocked out about around the 48-yard line.
At about 8 yards, 6 yards.
About 6 yards on that play.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That was more than 2 yards. Come on. Give him a little bit more than that. He got a nice little run in there. Got it across the 50-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 49. So I'm going to give him a gain of 6 on that, and that will bring up 4th down and 18. And I don't remember Garfield punting tonight.
Nope, this is their first punt.
Joe coordinating the punt. Players coming in, they're switching in and out. 3:49 to go in the third quarter. The kick is up. And
nice,
good kick.
Good punt.
Fair catch called for around the
18-yard
line.
18. Yep.
And just like that, Seattle Prep will take over on your community radio station.
Hey, Juan, what happens on September 20th that I should mark on my calendar?
Coach, it is National Voter Registration Day.
All right.
And the NAACP of Seattle and the National Black Unionists are going to have a big special event, which we're going to cover on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we're gonna get some people to vote, and forget all of your fears about voting. We're gonna get some names on some registration cards and turn them in. You're gonna get a voter card, and in November you're gonna get a ballot.
Right.
Middle screen, and that ball is chucked right in the middle. No one's there. So that will bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. But I'm excited about this voter registration day. If you can get information about it, be there at the Rainier Beach Plaza, and please be there, and please get information, and please vote.
You say it, yeah.
At least sign up to vote.
Most important constitutional act, right, guaranteed by the Constitution. You have the right to vote.
It gives you a chance to participate, and it gives you a chance to pick people who you feel will make a difference in your community. As a ball is heaved up, and that ball is intercepted. Intercepted by the Bulldogs.
That ball just hung up too long.
It really did.
Throwing across the field at that, too.
A little bit of celebration by Garfield, and that might cost them 15 yards. So I believe the ball is going to be spotted right now at the 48-yard line of Garfield. And interception, and just, that's one of those. I don't want to say it was an ill-advised throw, but he was trying to make a play happen. The ball got hung up, and the Garfield cornerback just sat under it almost like a punt, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yep.
And Coach, we've talked about that before as well. I mean, it's magnified more in high school football. Turnovers are not they're not good.
No, they're not. And like I said, statistically, no matter what level you play, turnovers are oftentimes the deciding factor, winning or losing a game, a championship. That's exactly it.
3:32 to go in the third quarter. After the interception, and they're calling that interception. Look what they're doing. They're basically saying that was a dead ball foul after the interception because they were celebrating basically after the interception. So they're going to go ahead and mark them from the spot of where they were celebrating. So there's going to be a big penalty, and it's going to bring up 1st and 25. No, actually, they're moving the stakes down. So they're moving the stakes down, so it'll be 1st and 10. That's what I thought. I didn't think they were okay. There we go. I didn't think they could do that, but thank you. Our public address announcer here at Lumen said the same thing. He went, correction, 1st and 10.
He's still running.
Look at that run. Look at that run.
My God.
Wow.
First down.
I mean, I thought he was stopped after about a 7-yard game, but he kept driving forward, and his buddies came and helped him, and you can push forward now.
You can.
And that's what happened. A gain of Miles.
Hard run.
A hard run, pushing that ball to the 45-yard line.
You can push, but you can't grab the guy and throw him forward.
Well, he was definitely got some tough yards on that play, and that was a complete team effort. Doubles formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. The running back is also to CJ's right. Now Witherspoon goes in motion to give is kind of a
nice play.
Counter play back, and the Seattle Prep Panthers are there.
Good
nice
play.
Open field tackle, which will now Brendan Cannon on the play, making it 2nd down and 14, 2:18 to go. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station, our community radio station. The voice of the people. We are the voice of the people, ladies and gentlemen.
And we'll be here until.
And we'll be here. Yeah, we will be here till tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Second down and 13 to go. 1:55 to go.
Motion.
Let us put in
Movement.
motion. Let's see what happens.
Delay a game.
Delay a game.
Delay again.
Delay a game. I knew that was. I got a lot of information out there in that little between play episode. So obviously, I wasn't watching the clock. They weren't watching the clock, and now they're moving back 5 yards.
It was getting close. They substituted. They brought it in. Just got to get. CJ, you got to get the plays off.
In in high school football, it is 25 seconds after the ball is spotted. Right. In pro football and in college, in pro football, it is what? It's 45 seconds after the whistle.
Right.
Second down and 18 for the Bulldogs.
Oh, there he goes.
CJ looking downfield, going to his right. That's going to be a little short, isn't it? It is. He overthrew the defensive back, but he underthrew the receiver. And in the sport of football, when the ball hits the ground, it's called incomplete.
Yep. And he was open.
He was.
He was open.
Just couldn't get it there. And he did get it over the receiver, but just couldn't get it. I'm sorry, he did get over the defensive back, just couldn't get it over the receiver.
Right.
A beautiful night here. Coach Yositaki here, they made an investment. They put 2 huge video boards. And I keep thinking, I look at that video board over there, and I keep thinking it's like daylight.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. That's
the board.
I kept thinking to myself that I know the sun is down, isn't it? And then you look out into the open area behind the Hawk's Nest.
It's dark.
And it's dark. It's nighttime. But that's kind of throwing me out. I was thinking, Jesus, it looks like it's just dusk. A bullet, and that really just showed CJ's arm strength.
Penalty now.
Flag comes out. I tell you, Coach, Garfield's offensive line looks like a bunch of basketball players, but they are really, really, really giving BJ some protection.
Mm-hmm.
Holding on the Garfield Bulldogs, it'll be declined. So that'll bring up 4th down and 18, and it looks like Garfield is going to punt.
Second punt of the game.
1:34 to go in the third quarter. Garfield 28. The Seattle Prep Panthers 7.
And this actually seems closer than it is.
Yeah, that touchdown really did it. But Garfield has he came back, and there's a nice little punt return there. The Prep receiver ran to his right.
No way.
Was trying to break away, but he got wrapped up and thrown down right there at the 33-yard line.
30-yard line.
So Joe Gordon's punt from Garfield returned for about 2 yards. Your community radio station, our community radio station, the radio station of the people, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. 1:22 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10, and the ball is on the 33-yard line. So here we go, Garfield. Prep. It was the receiver going across in the give, and he's on that little fly sweep, and he is brought down by a tremendous open field tackle for the Bulldogs. Prep's a wide receiver, a very, very quick little guy, but it was brought down on the open field. That brings up 2nd down and 12, and Garfield is an answer just about for everything tonight. No, next pass falls a little bit short of its intended target.
Yep.
And that'll stop the clock with 53 seconds to go. New quarterback for the Panthers. I think the gentleman's name is Aaron Rosmith, but I'm not sure. Once again, we are working without the advantage of having a roster. So we are trying to pick up the names from the public address announcer, and then we learn them as we go along. So that is a timeout, and that is a timeout for Seattle Prep.
Yep.
You take a few minutes to kind of calm down. And in this type of situation, we have a young, inexperienced team. These timeouts are important. What do you say in this type of situation?
Well, just remember your assignments. and remember the count. We're going to go on the second sound or the third sound or the third hut. Remember that, guys.
And Coach, I found myself in so many situations where I was down at the half. You think Aaron Mall is saying, hey, right now we're 7-7. We're 7-7 in the second half. Let's try to win the second half.
Yep. Well, you got to be positive. You got to think positive. You want to make adjustments to what things don't work, right? And you want to encourage. Again, they know they're a younger team. They know that they're going to have a tough road ahead, but try to be positive on the things, that they'll carry with them. Don't drill them on the mistakes. You say mention them, but if you clue in on the mistakes, what? That's what's going to be in their head. That kind of thing. Think positive.
Third down and 12, 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. The throw, a long throw.
Why are you throwing that? I'm sorry. You got to go upfield. You're not moving the ball. A ball that's thrown parallel to the line of scrimmage with the speed Garfield covers is not going to get you anywhere.
Bill Parcells used to say it. You're throwing the ball almost 50 yards to gain 2.
Yeah,
you threw that ball way across the field. Shut off a nice arm, though. The arm was good.
Good, but
it's a long ways to throw that football, though.
Thank you.
Want to throw the football up the field, not across the field.
Exactly.
Big boot. Ball is going to hit at the 30, at the 29-yard line, and there's Witherspoon. Witherspoon twists away,
penalty.
And he is running up the sideline, and he gets pulled. Oh, another one.
Oh, they grabbed his face mask.
No, I think that was a horse collar.
It looked like a horse collar.
Looks like he grabbed the back of his jersey around the neck area, and that's always a no-no because they don't want you pulling the ball carrier back to where he can extend himself.
They had a penalty down here too, so it's probably going to be offsetting.
Might have been a little shove in the back.
Yeah.
So they're conferring and that was the final play. It looks like of the third quarter. So, Coach, man, we've done 1 3/4 games.
Yes,
we've done 1 3/4 games, and we've seen some really exciting football. And unfortunately, the games have been a lot closer than the scores indicated earlier this evening on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station, our community radio station. The O'Day Fighting Irish defeated the Rainier Beach Vikings 22-0 in a game that was so close. Really, three plays by Rainier Beach, exactly. And they're in the football game.
Yep, exactly.
And they just couldn't convert on those 3 plays. And then now, this very, very young Seattle Prep team just played the Garfield Bulldogs to a 7-7 third quarter. Unfortunately, they were down 21-0 at the half, so that made the score 28-7.
So it was a personal foul against Garfield, but
yes, it was.
But I thought there was a penalty up there, so I guess they waved that one off. They
must have waved off the horse collar. The flag did come out.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
The flag did come out, but they only assessed the 1 penalty of being one untimed down. So here goes the give to the running back, and that looks like, is it Miles? Miles breaks a couple of tackles and gets drugged down, or did they even changed the field on us, right?
Yeah.
So that we are now in the fourth quarter. So here's the fourth quarter's running.
Right. There it is.
So they made the change, and there we go. So yeah, there was one untimed down. There we go. So that was so it looked like who was in the score booth went ahead and reset the clock. So they will have to reset that clock. They've got down to 11:38, but it's there we go. They moved it back to 12 minutes.
Right.
So
Garfield will start on this end, the south end.
After 3 quarters on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, it is the Garfield Bulldogs 28, the Seattle Prep Panthers 7. And we're switching into the field. And, Coach, as they're switching into the field, we want to say one more time, if you have friends, and then this is another thing, if you have friends that in your conversation, they haven't signed up to vote, have lunch with them down at the Rainier Beach Plaza, just outside of the Rainier Beach Community Center. Tell me you want to talk to them and have a cup of coffee outside at the plaza, because we can sign them up to vote.
Yep, for sure. That is on September 20th.
National Voter Registration Day. Rainier Avenue Radio will be broadcasting from that location.
Live.
The national, the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, they will be there, the NAACP, as will the Black Unionists.
Yep. Black Labor Union.
Little pitch outside, is that CJ? CJ goes to CJ. He breaks to the outside, and he is on the races. He's at the 35-yard line, where he's finally brought down.
Tackle saving, touchdown saving tackle, ladies and gentlemen.
Make that all the way down to the Seattle Prep 34-yard line. 56 yards and a Bulldog first down. And, Coach, that play was really simple.
Yep.
Going out there to CJ.
I mean, they got two hitters. They got Reggie Witherspoon, and they got this CJ Jackson. These guys are two speedsters that can hurt you anywhere on the field. Oh, full house backfield. They're going to run.
Oh, I think they're going to run the power right at them.
There they are.
Yes, they do. Bunch of people moving back.
Oh, my God.
Shirts.
Oh, he's still. Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
To the 20, to the 15, and gets out of bounds. What a run. Yeah. What a run. Nice looking play. But
yep. You got blocking up front. Got that lead block.
James Allison, the ball carrier, and
Man.
Garfield's been running that play all night long.
Yep. They run that lead back, that full house set, like a power eye, and they got that lead, and it just opens up.
Garfield 28, Seattle Prep 7. Again, this played out to the right, dancing and shaking and moving, and a nice open field tackle by the Panthers.
Yep.
But not till they gained about 5 yards, maybe?
About 4 or 5. Yep.
Let's call it 4, Coach.
4. Yep.
My good friend Jerry Morales listening to us tonight. Jerry! And Jeff Jordan. Jeff, I hope you are well. Man, it's been a long since I've seen you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thinking about you. Let's connect sometime. Love to catch up with you guys. Love the Jordan dudes, man. What a great family.
Double wides. Oh, motion across. Here we go. Oh, counter.
Hand up the
counter.
Little counter.
Yeah, counter.
Jeff Jordan, Jerry Morales. Love you, brothers.
Are any of your friends here at the stadium near the concession stand?
Well, I do. I know. Clemente has gone home, but he brought me my credit card. Brought me the credit card, but just didn't bring me any food to go along with it.
Oh, hold it. He did give you half a bag of popcorn. Now, come on, half a bag.
He did. Gave me the leftovers.
Yeah, the leftovers. Thank you. Where all the hard kernels are and all that.
I've trained them well. 9:41 to go.
Yep.
In the
here,
fourth
full house
quarter.
backfield again. This is going to be power.
They give up the middle. What a run!
Oh my gosh, he's in.
He's into the end zone.
They had him 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He still scored.
Once again, just a young Seattle Prep Panther football team, and Kawaf Avalo takes that ball into the end zone, and they're
power.
Just you're absolutely right. They're being just pushed back a little bit. This is an extremely good technical offensive line for the Garfield Bulldogs. They fire out low, they get under pads, and they're pushing people back, and that's really the name.
Yeah, and the backs don't need a whole lot of room to make their moves.
The kick is blocked by Seattle Prep. The extra point is blocked,
and you can't advance it, but I guess they wanted to call them, tackle them. So
with 9:31 to go in the fourth quarter, it is the Garfield Bulldogs 34 and the Seattle Prep Panthers 7.
Yep.
On your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yep. And if I'm the special teams coach, we're winning big, but guess what? They blocked an extra point.
As many of you may or may not know, in 1998, I had the opportunity to run for the Washington State Legislature. I went out and I shook hands with over 7,000 people in the district. I raised close to $65,000 and knocking on doors and enough money to go out and send out mail to try to make a difference in the community. Although I wasn't successful in that attempt, I did learn a lot about issues that go on in the community. And one of the things that I really learned was how, number one, our community is tied together. Number two, people have a variety of different opinions. But the importance of voting was never lost on me in that attempt. So on September 20th is National Voter Registration Day. And I encourage you, if you have not taken the opportunity to vote,
because
please
you're not
go ahead and do
registered,
so.
right?
Yeah, just for the simple fact that you're not registered, please go get registered to vote. We think that's so important. And on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, Tony B and the crew will be down at the Rainier Beach. Nice little run back from Seattle Prep. That was a solid run. Rainier, Tony B and the crew will be down at the Rainier Beach Plaza, just outside the Rainier Beach Community Center on Henderson Street and Rainier Avenue. And they are going to be registering people along with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, our Seattle chapter, and also the Black Unionists. And this is important. And certainly so much of what we do on Rainier Avenue Radio is really bringing issues to the surface in our community and being a voice for, as we say, the people's radio station, and we mean that. But we are really hoping that you're taking the time to really impact and improve your community by one simple thing, your constitutional right: vote. As Seattle Prep runs a sweep to the left, and the running back does a really nice jump.
Yep, that's a good run.
Ishmael picks up some nice yards on that 15-yard run, and that will be a Seattle Prep Panther first down. Quarterback clapping his hands. He wants that snap right now. He gives the ball to Ishmael again. Ishmael to his right this time. And he turns up and he runs into the Seattle Prep defensive line. All of them.
Yeah, Garfield.
Did I say that? Well, the Garfield.
Either way, he got stopped.
He ran into the Garfield defensive line, and they drove him back. So that's,
as they say, they stiffed him.
He picked up 15 on one run. He lost 2 on that run. A nice little throw out there by Seattle Prep. Nice job.
Yeah, nice job. They gained some yards on that one.
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
Casey with the catch.
Flag on the play.
And the flag comes out. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. We are here tonight at Lumen Field. Never thought I'd call a game here. I just think this is so much fun to be out here. And once again, the kids are great. I'm really excited for the Evergreen kids. I'm sorry, the O'Day kids and the Rainier Beach kids, even the prep kids. They get a chance to play in some really cool venues. But the kids from Evergreen coming down from that little place in White Center and the kind of the outside of the Burien area. And I hope they're able to bring some of their fans. I know that this was a little bit more expensive than the normal high school football ticket, but I hope they're going to get an opportunity to come down here and because that's going to be really exciting for a lot of these kids.
Yeah,
this is probably going to be the biggest game they ever play.
Yep.
And one of my former players is out there coaching for Evergreen. I'm going to try to catch up with that young dude if and when he gets here. Hopefully he's listening.
Really great.
Yeah, but we're going to get a chance to catch up maybe with the coaching staff over there. Armando Ortiz, who's a tight end for us. Oh, pass from Seattle Prep, whistles through a bunch of people. Boy, that's one of those things where like you take a rock and you throw it at a chain link fence and you don't hit any of the screen. That ball went through so many hands and didn't touch any of them.
Right
on both sides. So the pass falls harmlessly incomplete, although it went through everybody. That'll bring up second down and 12. But Armando Ortiz, who was a tight end for me at Highline High School, I believe he caught 50 balls his senior year. Because we used him a lot on the stick. Had that air raid working back then.
Yep.
And he went on, Coach Yasutaki. He went on to become a student body president at Central Washington University and has his master's degree in ethnic studies from the University of Chicago.
Wow.
And a real sharp young man. And every time Clemente and I are at T-Mobile Park, he gives Clemente free ice cream. So Clemente loves him.
That's beautiful.
He works over there and does a variety of different things in the community. And he's also a football coach on the Evergreen coaching staff. So very, very proud of Armando. And hopefully I'm going to get a chance to chat with him a little bit.
No penalty, just wiped that play out.
Used to do the Sean T program, one of those Sean T Beachbody exercise programs, and then Armando didn't like that his senior year. So I could talk to him about doing that, some of those programs. Insanity. He didn't like that insanity. Pitch and catch over to the right side, the far side of the field.
Another penalty.
Yeah, man, I remember Armando saw that 58-minute workout and said, "Oh, coach, come on, man."
58 minutes.
No, man, we were out there. We used to work. A great young man. So proud of my Highline kids. So proud of my Franklin kids. So proud of my Nathan Hale Raider kids. So
boy,
it was a long career coaching a little bit of football. Penalty flag came out on the play. That penalty was on Seattle Prep.
Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike, and so they declined it. It makes it fourth down.
Well, Seattle, as we say, Seattle Prep's punting. Seattle Prep is going to be punting the ball, 4th and 8, 30. The ball's on the 36-yard line. They're 36. 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
But again, my philosophy is don't give the ball up. Keep it as long as you can.
Got that punt out of there. Ball is going to bounce at the
out of bounds
37-yard line and roll out of bounds near the 34, and that's where the Garfield Bulldogs will take over on their side of the field. So with 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter, it is Garfield 34, the Seattle Prep Panthers 7. On your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. And Coach, once again, for all of the programs, and certainly I hope I didn't diminish it for all of the programs. It's great to be down here at Lumen Field.
Yes, it is.
I want to make that very clear. We are just glad that all of these kids are getting an opportunity. And as Garfield's quarterback CJ goes down around the 34-yard line, so maybe a gain of 0, loss of 0. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, no, he didn't. He got that's a sack. You know, if you don't get to the line of scrimmage, it is a sack.
What does it say about Metro League football? I mean, we've seen O'Day, Rainier Beach, Seattle Prep, Garfield. You know, how do you feel about the state of the Metro League? I mean, we've seen really, really good football tonight.
Oh yeah, strong as ever. Again, the element of the big city.
Power I formation. I believe that's Miles.
My gosh.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's just a push.
Yes.
Push and guys just once again they're just getting in a close
14-yard run, Juan.
And the running back is down and just kind of rolling down just a little bit. He'll get up, I'm sure. It might be a cramp, might be just a little catch of the ankle.
I think it is cramp. It's a cramp.
It's a cramp. So don't want parents to get too worried about that. Going to go ahead and stretch that out.
Got to push that foot, straighten that foot out.
It's amazing how that works, too. I don't know why that works. I feel the blood would be rushing out of the area and everything, but
it works. It or this compression on that cramp area because you know where the muscle is cramping up. Yeah.
We were my wife and I were running a half marathon one time down near Chehalis somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. Cold, a great chilly at the end of the run. But as I was trying to finish up in mile 12 and a half mile ago, I hurdled a branch that was in the way, and my calf cramped.
I know.
I was like, what the heck?
I know.
I remember just thinking to myself, and yeah, in case you're wondering, my wife did beat me by a considerable margin, but I had to run and rub the cramp out.
Oh, my gosh.
And I got there, and trust me, that chili tasted good after that.
But let me tell you, cramps are nothing to play with, man.
6 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Double wide out. Yep. One back.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. CJ barking at the signals. Man goes in motion.
They overloaded.
Looks to his right. Can't find a receiver. Throws right down the middle of the field. And the pass is just off the hands.
Yeah,
of
just
the
off the
intended receiver. I believe that is CJ. I believe that was CJ. CJ. Could be wrong on that, but I think I'm right on that. And that will bring up second down and 10. And just as a broadcaster coach, if someone could get a note down to CJ Witherspoon, well, let's run the football.
Yeah.
6:04 to go. Let's we have one more game to go. That's what I would do. Of course, and again, when you run the double wing, that's what you would do. That's what Witherspoon does. And a nice run there on 2nd and 10, and that's going to be a first down. And yes, the white hat is saying run the clock.
Yes, run the clock. Run it. Don't throw it, run it.
Reggie Witherspoon gave the ball to his son and said, hey, go get a first down, and he did. So gained him about 13 yards on that. 1st and 10, Garfield from the 39. And I don't ever want to tell a coach how to coach his team, but yeah, hand off the ball. Simple little handoff to the right side, a couple of different cuts.
Off tackle.
And that is 4 yards, maybe even 5.
Yeah, 5. It's off.
Even 6 yards.
Yep.
5:12 to go in the fourth quarter. Yes.
6 yards.
Let those clocks tick off. 34 Garfield, Seattle Prep 7. I love high school band music. The percussion section of Garfield just rocking this stadium. Hope they stay here all night. 4:46, 4:45. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Cameron Young looks back. He throws. He's got a man open, and he just dropped it. You know,
hit him in a bad place.
We talk about this and how easy it looks on television.
Yeah, I know.
And I think, I was having a conversation about this, Coach. I think tennis and golf are the 2 sports that look the easiest on TV, but that may be the hardest to play. And then I was thinking on top of that, it really looks easy to catch that ball. But when you think about it in the NFL, there's a 200 and something plus pound man running at you in the same thing.
That's true too.
And you're thinking, boy, that ball's got to get here.
You're looking at him. You're looking at the ball.
You're feeling him. You're feeling him back there. And sometimes that ball goes through your hands. And that's what happened there. But a simple give right here and a nice run. But I think we have some shenanigans going on down here.
What's going on?
There we go. I knew that was going to happen. There's little unsportsmanlike, little personal foul action. Referee, good flag here to calm some things down. There was a little skirmish going on back in the backfield, and I think the referees will do a nice job of trying to kind of stop that before it escalates to something. With 4:29 to go in the fourth quarter. And I think it's so you as a referee, you do not want to lose control of the game.
You do not.
Especially at this point.
Especially at this point, you're right. At this point of the game. But that was a pretty good 20-yard run, man. Pretty good.
May have been a hold on there.
Offsetting. Now, here's the other penalty. Yeah.
Personal foul on Garfield and a personal foul on Seattle Prep. Penalties will offset. Both fouls occurred after the play.
Dead ball, so it's a first down.
Both of them. So an offsetting play. So the 20-yard run will stand. First and 10, ball and 33. So Garfield with 4:29 to go. They're marching. And good move by the white hat. Go ahead and blow the whistle and get that clock moving.
Yep.
Garfield 34, Seattle Prep 7. National Voter Registration Drive, Tuesday, September 20th.
Double wides.
Vote. Get yourself registered to vote. B.J. Cameron Young back to pass, rolling to his right. Looking downfield, he's got a receiver in the back of the end zone. He throws it. He's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Touchdown.
Is that CJ?
Yeah.
CJ to CJ again?
Yep, CJ to CJ. Yep.
And Garfield.
If Cameron Young, CJ, didn't have the ability to get outside of that pursuing defense that was running after him, he would have never made that pass. But he's fast enough
He's got enough arm strength to throw on the run, which is an advantage.
Not only is he fast enough, but he's a really good, smart quarterback.
Yep.
He knows where he's going with the football.
And where the receivers are coming out. Yep.
Keeps his eyes up.
Yep.
And makes really, really good decisions. And when you do that, then you make accurate throws, and that's exactly what happened there. So hats off to CJ. Nice ball. Touchdown, Garfield. It is Garfield 40, Seattle Prep 7. The extra point is true. So that will make it 41.
Yeah.
41 points for the Bulldogs. 20 unanswered. It was after the touchdown, after the fumble on the opening kickoff of the second half, Seattle Prep had the momentum. They had their sideline jumping up and down. They had people starting to believe a little bit. It's 21-7, but
then reality hits.
20 consecutive points.
Yep.
And with 3:59 to go in the fourth quarter, it is Garfield 41. It is the Seattle Prep Panthers 7 on our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Give the Seattle Prep kids credit. They're overmatched, but they're competing, and I like that. Coach. You coach. You want your kids to compete, win or lose.
Oh, and like I said, an Aaron Mall football team is never going to give up.
Right.
I mean, Aaron Mall and his staff over there, they have a standard they have for Seattle Prep. They're just a little young right now.
Yeah, they are young.
And you get those gaps when you're coaching, and you get those gaps in your program.
You have an all-star quarterback. You got to fill that position. That is hard. He was everything. Braden was everything to that team.
Kick is taken at about the 11-yard line by the Seattle Prep running back or the Seattle Prep returner.
Good try.
And it's getting a little tiny bit chippy out there. And Alec Greenwood returns that ball for about 14 yards before he runs into some Garfield players. And once again, the referee is right on the spot, and he's kind of keeping everything calm. 3:44 to go in the fourth quarter. The Garfield Bulldogs 41. Seattle Prep Panthers 7. Lumen Field. And as the advertisement says over here on the north end zone, drive fearlessly. I'm sorry. Dream fearlessly. Dream fearlessly. And even a man my age, I still have dreams, and I'm dreaming fearlessly, and that's exciting. And for these kids, this is probably a dream for them to be playing on this field, and that's exciting.
Yep.
3:33, the Garfield percussion section. They've been providing the rhythm of this game the whole night long.
Yeah, you really don't want to be driving furiously. That could be a bad outcome.
After some of these pandemic people, they are driving fearlessly. I mean, people need to slow down and kind of get themselves together, although the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit is kind of balancing that all out. Dream fearlessly, ladies and gentlemen. And after that little short completion, that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Panthers.
Triple right.
2 steps back, throws, puts the ball out there. I thought the defensive back might got a little early. But, hey, that man is standing 10 feet away from it, so he can probably see it better than me.
But, Juan, you got to move the ball upfield. Why are you throwing lateral passes that only go 2 yards deep? You got to throw the ball down.
That's an inexperienced quarterback.
Yeah.
Those are quarterbacks who are learning and probably what they feel good doing in practice.
Right.
And in getting the comfort of it. And you're absolutely right.
You're looking for your checkoff receiver before you even look at your primary receiver, man.
That's just the speed of the game and a very, very fast opponent. And they'll get better. And Aaron Mull will have them coaching up. And in the next 2 to 5 years.
It's open if he can get around.
It is open. And he does get around, and he picks about 15 yards and wrestles it out of bounds. And, oh, boy, there we go. Flags are flying. Flags are flying with 2:39 to go in the fourth quarter. And just a little these are just guys who are, playing their hearts out, and just a little bit of frustration from the team in white. They're just, they're still fighting. They're still battling. And I got to give my credit to Reggie Witherspoon, too. I mean, he's up 41-7, but he's playing it like it's a 0-0 game. And that was a heck of a return and a heck of an effort. And there were no fisticuffs and nothing thrown at each other, just some rough play going out of bounds. And once again, like I said, the referee controlling the ball game. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And we are here at Lumen Field. We are watching the Seattle Prep Panthers take on the Garfield Bulldogs right now with 2:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Garfield is up 41-7. The referees are conferring just a little bit of I'm going to call it a little roustabout. Soriano, who I used to play baseball with up at Edmonds Community College, he's like, when I say roustabout, we'll go out there.
Yeah.
We'll go out there and do a little dust up. And that's all that was, just a little dust up. And I used to love Soriano's attitude. He was a tremendously talented athlete from Everett, great sense of humor. And he could really play a little shortstop, too.
Offsetting. Personal fouls, offsetting.
It was. Witherspoon took the ball to the right, made a nice little nifty run. Like I said, Witherspoon's playing like the score is 0-0, and that's the way you're supposed to play every play.
Yep.
He made a nice little run, got out of bounds, and just a little bit of aggressive talking, you know.
Touchy-feely.
Yeah. What kind of chewing gum are you chewing?
Yes.
Give up the middle, a break to the left side, and another run by Garfield. And there he accelerates down the left sideline, and Garfield is in the end zone, and now there's flags again.
Unsportsmanlike, probably.
Israel.
Man, he was
Israel. Israel's speed is real. I mean, he got around that left side and
was gone. Got one key block, and that's all he needed. It's just a rub block.
And the the Garfield fans are starting to sing a little cheer. They're really getting they're really feeling it as they put up their 47th point of the evening.
Yep.
The Garfield Bulldogs turning into a pretty good football school.
Yeah. But they have their doubters.
Well, let me tell you something. There's no doubt what they've done in the first couple of weeks in the season. Let me tell you. Lake Stevens is no joke.
Yep.
Then they go out and take on Roosevelt, and Roosevelt, they usually
they're in their division. They're tough.
They put more than just a team on the field, and Roosevelt usually has a pretty solid squad. Yeah. And Seattle Prep, although they're young, they're extremely well coached, and they come out and play football. But Garfield now goes up 47-7.
It should have counted as 40.
Now the clock just runs. So with 2:02 to go, they just have the clock go ahead and run.
Yeah.
And that's going to start to prepare us for the next game, which is Sammamish. Sammamish taking on
48.
48-7.
Yep.
So there you go. Somebody kind of put the score up wrong.
Yeah, it's 48-7 because they made that extra point, right? There it is.
48 for Garfield.
7
Seattle for the Seattle Prep Panthers. Juan Cotto, Seattleite, South End neighborhoods lived in, Rainier View, Holly Park, Beacon Hill, Leschi, O'Day High School, Western Oregon University, graduate school at the University of Washington, currently the government affairs director at Bloodworks Northwest. Hey, vote and donate blood. Vote and donate blood.
Yeah.
Vote and donate blood.
Yeah, but you've been involved with some political campaigns.
I have.
Too, so
I have. I've done a little bit of politicking.
Yeah, one of my favorite senators, Patty Murray,
On the ballot again this year.
Yep.
Yep.
When I met her, she was just a mom from
In tennis shoes,
from
remember?
Shoreline. I do remember. I do remember that summer. My summer with the mom and tennis shoes. And, what a lady she is being challenged by Kim Schreier from over in Eastern Washington. And she is coming on. So it's our U.S. Senate race.
Yep.
Kim Schreier, a person who's worked in healthcare, and of course the senator, and they're having a spirited discussion of the issues as the kick from Garfield is received at the 40-yard line of Prep. And wow, what speed on special teams by number 8.
Good gravy. They ran him down. Oh, my God. Oh, my
goodness.
God. He came from the other side of the field across to get him.
He got that tackle down, and that will bring Prep on the field with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go. And Coach Yasutaki, we are approaching 9 o'clock on Friday night, so that will probably mean the game's going to start somewhere at around
9:30.
Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They only do 20 minutes, so the give is to the running back number 30, and they gobble him up.
Literally Saturday Night Lights, because we'll be under the lights. You know?
A 9:30 game should get us done right around midnight.
Yep.
1:03 to go. 1:01. 1 minute to go in the ball game. Garfield 48, Seattle Prep 7. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Roll to the left, look downfield, and there's
get rid of the ball.
Sack. Kid was Murphy on the tackle, and that is going to be a loss of 10 yards, 38 seconds to go. 3rd down and 12. Prep back on. 30 seconds to go. 3rd and 19. Ball is on the 34-yard line.
20 seconds to
this
go.
could be the last play of the game in just a wide double wing formation. Running back goes in motion. Both of them come back in motion. And he fumbles the snap. The ball gets kicked around. It's picked up by the Bulldogs. Or is it? He was trying to scoop and score, fumbled it. And that will run the timeout. So a real fun last play of the game.
Yep.
But our hats off to both teams. Tremendous effort by a very, very game young Seattle Prep squad.
Yep.
But the Garfield Bulldogs just a little bit too much tonight. Garfield 48, the Seattle Prep Panthers 7.
Yep.
So Sammamish and Evergreen are going to come up in 20 minutes. I'm looking over at Daniel Bellis. Daniel, what are we going to do?
Well, Juan, I think we'll just we'll take a break here. I think some of us want to eat, drink, maybe take a bathroom break.
Some of us.
So we'll put things on regularly scheduled programming, and we'll come back in about 20 or so minutes when our 3rd game of the night, scheduled for 9, but probably 9:30. Sammamish Evergreen. It's a 2A Kingco game, as both of these squads look to win their first game of the season.
On your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.
All right.